Okay, so this is a method of finding an equation of the line tangent to a graph. We're given a function and a point, and we want to know the equation of the line tangent to the graph. In this particular case, this is MyMathLab, and they're asking for the answer in slope-intercept form. You can, but usually I recommend not starting out with slope-intercept form, but starting out with point-slope form. So what I want to find out, what I want to fill in here is this: y minus y1 equals the slope times x minus x1, where y1 and x1 are the y and x coordinates of a point here. So we would put this, we would have to put these things in here. So we know our x are, let me see, I'll put x1 comma y1, and that means that our x is 11 because we're told that, and our y we get by plugging the x into the function. So that would be the natural log of 11 to the 4th power, and we can plug that into the calculator afterwards. So for now, I have these 2 points to plug in, and then I need to find the slope at this point. So the way to find the slope of a tangent line of a function is to find the derivative. And we're then going to plug in our x equals 11, the 11 into the x to find out what the derivative is, or what the slope is at that exact point. So the derivative of our function is what we want to figure first. And we have a composite function here with natural log of x inside of a function that is set to an exponent. So the first thing we do is we take the derivative of what I call the outside function. And we use the general power rule for that. So I bring down the exponent 4 to the front. What's inside stays the same. And we subtract 1 from that exponent. And then we multiply this by the derivative of the inside function, which is simply 1 over x. So there's our derivative. So we now want to find the slope of the line at the exact point when x is 11. So in this case, we plug in our 11 into our derivative. So the derivative evaluated at 11 is 4 times the natural log of 11 cubed over 11. And at this point, I will put this in the calculator. And let's see, I'm just using my Windows calculator. Let's see, so I'm going to start out with, go kind of work inside out with this calculator. So 11, and I want the natural log of that, and I want to cube that. So to the 3rd power times 4 and divided by 11. So that gives me this number right here. And I'm looking at the instructions. It says that they want us to round to 2 decimal places. So I am actually going to put this off to the side. To 2 decimal places is 5.01. 5.01. And I'm going to start plugging in pieces into my original equation here. And I'm going to wait until the very last minute to actually do the rounding off when I'm plugging it into the equation, to make sure that we don't have any errors that are building up through rounding off and then multiplying by round off and so on. So let me fill in my formula. We have y minus y1. Our y1 is this right here, natural log of 11 to the 4th. That's our y value when x is 11. Natural log of 11 to the 4th equals our slope, which is this, 4/11 times the natural log of 11 to the cubed, x minus x1, which is 11. There's our basic setup. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to distribute, and then I'm going to put everything into the calculator here. So y equals, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this, I'm going to add this to the right-hand side. So let me put that here, plus natural log of 11 to the fourth. And I'm going to distribute here. So 4/11 natural log of 11 cubed times x minus 4/11 times natural log of 11 cubed times negative 11. The 11s cancel out because we're multiplying this factor times this, and we just have minus 4 times natural log 11 cubed. The only thing I have to do now is to put this in the calculator. We already put this part in the calculator. It's 5.01. I have to add together these two things. And so let me do that now. So y equals 5.01x. And then let me put this whole thing into the calculator now, and we can get one whole answer that we can then round off. So I'm going to start with this one here because it's positive, natural log of 11 to the fourth. So I'm going to start off with 11 natural log, and then to the fourth power, minus, I'm going to put this in parentheses just to be safe, minus this whole thing. So 4 times, and then again, just to be safe, parentheses, natural log of 11. So 11 natural log, close parentheses, to the third, close parentheses. Equals negative 22.09, rounding off to 2 decimal places. So there we go. So our final answer is 5.01x minus 22.09. It seems to me that one of the most difficult parts of this is entering all this in your calculator. The problem with doing it too early, in other words, entering things into your calculator and then putting the rounded off versions there, is that when we're adding things together, you can lose something, and it can be slightly off. So I would advise waiting to the last minute and being very careful with your calculator, how you enter things. I use parentheses just to be very sure that I'm adding and multiplying correctly. So there it is. There's your correct answer. Let me know if you have any questions.